Okay, so if you've ever, unwrapped a brand new crystal clear RC car body, you know that feeling, right? That little moment of dread.
Yeah, oh yeah. Cutting the Lexan bubble. It's probably nobody's favorite job in the hobby.
Definitely not mine. So today we're going to do a deep dive into why it's such a pain and, how to actually get good at it.
Right. And we're looking at Proline, Parma, and Team Blue Groove, kind of comparing them because it really comes down to like three main things.
Okay, what are they?
Well, you've got the material itself, its
Yeah.
properties, then there's how good the trim lines are, and finally just how complicated the body shape is.
Makes sense. But before we jump into brands, that science hook you mentioned, we're not just cutting plastic, are we? It's Lexan.
Exactly. Polycarbonate,
Yeah.
which is, it's basically the same stuff they use in bulletproof glass.
Bulletproof glass. Seriously.
Yep. So no wonder it's tough to cut with little scissors. It's designed to be incredibly impact resistant.
Okay, that explains a lot. So that toughness must tie into the thickness then.
Absolutely. Thickness is huge. Bodies can range from like a super thin 0.5 millimeters up to maybe 1.5 millimeters.
Wow, that's a big difference.
It is. And take Parma, for example. They consistently use thicker stuff, usually around 0.040, 0.040, maybe 0.050 inches thick.
Which is pretty beefy.
Really durable, yeah. But you definitely need more hand strength to cut it. It's consistent, though. No real surprises with Parma sickness.
Okay, so Parma's the tough, predictable one. What's on the other end?
That would likely be Team Blue Groove or TBG. They often go with a thinner, like 0.030 inch Lexan.
So easier to cut physically.
Yeah, definitely the easiest in terms of just pure physical effort. Less hand strength needed.
Interesting. Where does Proline fit in then?
Proline is kind of fascinating because of complexity. See, when they make those really detailed bodies, think deep truck beds, lots of vents. The vacuum forming process actually stretches the Lexan.
Stretches it. You mean it gets thinner in spots?
Exactly. In those complex, deep draw areas, the material thins out unevenly.
Okay. So that could mean what? Unpredictable cutting resistance?
Right.
Maybe weak spots?
Precisely. You might be cutting along fine and then suddenly hit a thinner or sometimes thicker section right in a detailed corner. Right. It adds an element of, inconsistency.
Compared to Parma's predictability.
Right. Which leads us nicely into the next thing. Trim lines versus the design complexity itself.
Okay.
So Parma, they often do vintage cars, muscle cars, moderately complex designs usually, but their trim lines, generally really good, clear, easy to follow.
So good for learning then, like a reliable starting point.
Totally. Ideal for mastering the techniques, really.
Yeah.
Now, Proline, they're standard untrimmed bodies, often the most challenging overall.
Was that the complexity?
Yeah, high detail, lots of curves, spoilers, vents, all that. But their printed trim lines are usually excellent, very crisp.
But still hard work.
Can be. However, they have a solution, right? The Proline pre-cut body. If you want zero effort, that's it. Undisputed, easiest option. Open the bag, basically.
Okay, pre-cut is cheating, though. Kinda. What about TBG lines? You said they're thin, easy to cut physically.
Right. But the trade-off can be the trim lines, because they often do replicas of older or more obscure bodies. The molds might not yield super sharp, defined lines. They can be a bit softer.
Meaning
you need more finesse, a steadier hand. You trade that low physical effort for needing maybe a higher skill level to follow the line accurately.
Got it. Okay, so knowing the material helps, but technique is everything, right? You can still mess it up badly.
Oh, absolutely. Ruining a wheel well is practically a rite of passage if you don't use the right methods. Two key techniques you gotta know.
Lay 'em on us.
First, for long, straight cuts, think rocker panels, bottom edges. It's the score and snap method.
Right, you don't cut through it.
No, don't even try. Take a sharp hobby knife emphasis on sharp and make multiple light passes. Score a line, deepen it, score again.
Creating weak point.
Exactly. You're scoring a deep weakness. Then you just flex the Lexan and it snaps cleanly right along your line. It's controlled braking, essentially.
Smart. Okay, what about curves? Wheel wells are the nightmare fuel.
They are. For curves, you need progressive scissor trimming. This is crucial. Don't just jump in and try to cut perfectly on the line first go.
What do you do instead?
Start rough. Cut maybe half an inch, even an inch outside the line. Just get the big waist piece off.
Why?
Because that waist piece you leave, it actually helps. It gives the remaining Lexan some rigidity, like a handle. It gives you something to hold on to and gives you much better control for the next step.
Which is?
Then you trim progressively closer, maybe another pass a bit closer, and then finally that last precise cut right on the line. leverage and control.
Makes total sense. And tools.
Yeah.
You mentioned scissors.
Yep. Non-negotiable, curved Lexan scissors. The curve matches the wheel wells and body shapes. And for body post holes, please, please, please do not use a drill bit.
Huh. Guilty as charged probably at some point. Why not?
Because a drill bit, especially a standard one, will just grab the polycarbonate and tear it. It doesn't drill cleanly. It yanks and rips. You'll get cracks starting from the hole almost every time.
Ouch. Okay, so what's the right tool?
A dedicated body reamer. It's designed to shave the plastic away cleanly in a conical shape, making a perfect, smooth hole without stressing the material. Essential tool.
Right. Okay, so wrapping this up for you listening. The final verdict kind of depends on what you value most, doesn't it?
Totally. If you want absolutely zero physical cutting effort, go buy a ProLine pre-cut body. Done.
Easiest option.
If you want the physically easiest material to cut yourself, requiring the least hand strength, TBG is likely your best bet. But yeah, be prepared for potentially softer lines, meaning you'll need more finesse, more skill with the scissors.
And if you want the most predictable, consistent experience, a solid platform to really learn and master these cutting techniques without nasty surprises.
That's Parma. Thick, yes, requires effort, but it's consistent, and the lines are usually good. Great for building skill and confidence.
So really that confidence, it's not something you just buy with the body, is it?
Not at all. It's something you build through, understanding the material, having patience, and actually practicing these techniques, score and snap, progressive trimming. Use the right tools.
You really do have the roadmap now, though. That intimidating, clear bubble, it can absolutely become like a satisfying part of the build.
Definitely. A sense of accomplishment when it comes out right.
So here's a final thought to maybe chew on. Mastering that basic cut, learning to control a material and manage its resistance. That's actually your first step towards real customization. Once you're confident cutting the standard lines, you gain the confidence to maybe start trimming a bit beyond those lines, shaping things differently, creating your own look.
Yeah, opens up possibilities.
So go forth and trim. You've got this.